My British wife, who is at present in Austria, she missed the train on this train because of difficulties getting the money through, and it was partly my fault because it was so difficult to work out how to pay her. And anyway, the money went through, but it was too late to catch the train. So instead of sitting down at the station and sleeping on the station late at night, staying on the station all night, which she could do. There's shelters there for people who miss trains. She could have bought a ticket for tomorrow, which would have given her an entitlement to stay on the station. No. She decided to go riding around on the train, another train, out in the country somewhere, where she was more comfortable. And that was in Hedgerow. Well, and you could eat off Hedgerow too, because you get wild things for it. So she got on a train, and instead of paying the €8 fare, which she could afford because she has other money, she fare dodged, and she did it the other way back. But she got caught on the way back, so she got €100 fine, just like that, instant fine. So therefore she did not have enough money for the train to Paris, which is a bit of a problem for her. Well, she did just have enough because I've said there's some more. She's really, I can't afford it anymore. I've run out. So she says, so an instant fine of €100 sounds a good idea, but in fact it causes the victim serious problems, and a lot of them don't have any money, so they have to end up in prison or hospital or something. The darker to do to fare dodge or such, but only amount of money, but certainly for €8, which she could afford because she has money. And she had to pay whatever it was, the fare anyway, to go on to where she wanted to go, because behind to get on the train. And so if she has any intention at all, she'll buy the ticket she needs to buy. If she doesn't, she'll get stranded, and I can't help her. I won't, because I haven't got the money. The money's run out, because she hasn't run me enough. 1,500 trains at 1,600 our time, so she's only got an hour to get there. So where she is or what she's doing, and there's no sign of the money being drawn out of Western Union. What she's doing, I don't know. She's very silly. In fact, she's going on a long journey late at night just to get there. She's dark. It's not rational, and so she's got stranded in Vienna now, or Austria. And if she does get to Paris, it's going to be very difficult for her to get across to England, because she has to see the Eurostar, which was originally scheduled. She had the money for that, because that €100 fine prevented her going on the Eurostar. Prevented the fare being paid. She no longer has enough for the fare to Paris. So we could put it just about enough to go to Paris. But so to get a Eurostar is £119, I think it is. I looked at it last time, and that's a special price. Well, that's not a special price. That's a minimum, and she might well afford it. Well, she could have done if she hadn't been fined, but no, she can't. So there is the SNCF to Calais, which is €43, and she has enough for that. Then you've got to get across the channel. I think that's €30. So that's the limit. I can't afford more. So I don't think you can afford that. So she's had it basically. She's very foolish, and although the instant fine system does sound quite a good idea, it does cause serious problems, and I don't know what to do. She'll probably end up in prison, where she will get. Well, it doesn't help. Prison doesn't help. You don't have to be better criminals. These social welfare things don't work. And I think the solution is to brainwash people into not stealing things. You have to teach them not to steal. And imposing fines does encourage them not to steal. She regrets it because she had a fine. But she'll try harder next time. That's what it means. But if she regrets it, she says she wished she hadn't done it. Well, it's too late now. So she's going to be on the street with no money. And my money's run out, so there's no more. So she wrote, I do get some money tomorrow, and I might be able to give her some money, which would be enough for food, that's all. So she's a silly girl, basically. Silly girl. She's no further than Russia now, because she went back towards Budapest. The distance she travelled was about halfway to Budapest, I think it was, looking on the map. So it's a dark thing to do. Went the wrong way. She's got to go back now. So where she is now, I don't know. I think it's a fair distance. I think it's just in an hour, but this was more than that. So she's foolish, and I really shouldn't support her, but there was no support in Hungary. She would have died in Hungary because she couldn't work, she couldn't do the work. Labouring on a farm, couldn't do it. And she could work in England because she could do waitress work, but just about. But they said she can't work. Well, we have provision about such people, but they do it in France as well, but not in Hungary. But well, I just give up. It's frustrating to have somebody you want to help and who doesn't help herself. They say, oh, so which is dark, so you can't do anything. And because I've run out of money, I do have a little bit left, but it's going to be such that I don't think I can afford to give it to her. That's the problem. But it's all credit card, I just had £200 available, and now she's given her a little bit more, but that's the limit really. So I've run out, and there's no more to pay. So sad she'll have it. Well, she won't die or anything. Well, she might do, but if she starts stealing from shops, which is the next stage, if she's hungry, then she'll have to go to a hospital or a prison. And let us do more stealing. You get better at it. So get a job as a shoplifter. So that's the problem. It is a problem, and I don't know what to do about it. I seem to afford to trap a sporting criminal. And of course, criminals are expensive to support because of the fines they incur, and the fines to pay for the fair judge she did in this country. She's a habitual offender. She has to be taught not to do it like a child. You have to teach her. And she's lost the skill of being honest. And I think that's, in my experience with some of the people that I've met in Hungary, is actually they're all like that. They're all cheats because they've got no money. I don't know what honesty is. It's like, a bit like some people like that. It's a culture of theft, because he's got more than you. He's got more. Well, that's right up to a point, but it causes breakdown of civilization. And I don't think they're even honest with each other. You get that, some people get like that. They're brought up to it. And, well, I'm pretty disappointed really. So I don't want to ditch her, but I should really just stop paying her. Stop giving her money because it goes down the drain. She can't be honest. She's learnt not to be honest. She's learnt it. She's a habitual offender, and she's learnt to be dishonest. And that's the problem. And then they tried to protect me, but it made it worse. But it's really no good. And I should no longer give it. I shouldn't go, as there's only about £70 left on my credit card to pay, and I don't want to spend that because if you go down to zero, you get problems with credit limits, and there's still probably unclear effects going through. That's a problem. So I think I'll have to just put a stop in it, so she can't have any more. And well, she'll just have to hitchhike for almost. So hitchhiking from Paris isn't too bad. Hitchhiking from Hungary is extremely difficult and dangerous. But Norwich Irish don't take people. They want money. But because she's not an illegal immigrant in Britain, the father pay with not so much, but either money or something else. And so and she should have taken the lift that was offered. She's not rational. So just as reported today. And well, I'll show her if she turns up. And it's out of my hands now. The coaches are booked out. That's a problem. The coaches are much cheaper, but she couldn't wait. There was a coach on the 28th of August from Hungary, but that would have gone away for about £80, which is reasonable, but she wanted to go higher. That's because they're all booked up as well. But it was only a few days. It's now, I think it's the 28th today, so she would have gone on the train today, bus today. But she wouldn't wait. She wouldn't wait. So she'd have had to sleep on the street national assistance till the 28th. But I'd have to book up. I could be booked remotely, but she wouldn't do it. So she's not rational. She likes luxury, but I think she goes the wrong way about it. So there's a coach all the way to London from Paris, and I think that's €52, which is affordable. So she could do that. But it still would have been cheaper to go from here. She could get a coach from Vienna. There are coaches, and they're much cheaper than the train. Much cheaper. So that would be the alternative. But she'd have to wait for it. She'd have to book up. She won't book up. She has to book up a few days ahead, and then just sit tight and wait for it. But fair dodging is, any kind of cheating is daft. You learn that. As a child, you think it's obvious, but children have to learn. And she has to learn, to be honest. Now, I think the butchery of the Muslims is too much. But I understand it because people steal things, ruin the economy, ruin the system. And I take out a debt with the intention of paying it. But I can't have to take any more. I'll have to stop using the card. Stop using the card. That's what I do. And send the debt to my carers level for my money, so it is paid, and I will no longer have a credit card. I didn't intend to spend it on my wife. She should have got a coach for £80, and that was no problem. But she was living on the street, so it seemed desperate. But she keeps missing trains and buses and planes. But it's obvious why. She just goes off on a tangent. Goes off somewhere. She's unstable. And that's a nervous affair. It's a central nervous system problem. And she's also characteristic of a spoiled child who has tantrums. It's a similar thing as a tantrum. And the tantrums you have to control by ignoring them, so they stop. They don't get the reward. So I'm actually awarding a tantrum, so I'd have to stop. So she gets stranded. Wherever she goes, she gets stranded. She could get there. She could cross Europe by something slower. The train is luxury, planes are luxury goods. And an EasyJet was probably cheaper to get an EasyJet flight. But the money she had would have been enough to buy an EasyJet flight. We should have to wait for it. We're going to wait a couple of days at the airport. It's a sensible thing to go to the airport and wait there because you've got a ticket, you're trying to stay, which he's not intending to do. I don't think he knows the rule books in the rules. And a thief wants instant reinforcement. Instant. Now I've been working on this machine, which is a building. It's actually reinforcing, but there's could be no reward at all. If I'm successful, I could. People would get money out, and probably rather give a share. Hopefully, if things are honest, but they may not reward me, but basically, it's difficult. And because the person originally designed it was, so he was a cheat, but he wasn't. He was honest, but he was unable to explain it. And if he was able to explain it, they didn't understand it. But people who deal with these machines do not know about any physics or the physics involved, which is quite complicated. And I can't do the mathematics anyway. It's not a simple formula. There's lots of stodgy steps involved in doing it, and most people either can't be bothered or incapable. So it's a long time reward. And doing it is rewarding because I'm thinking I might eventually get a reward, but they think you must have a immediate reward. Well, people who go for immediate reward are criminals, they become criminals. So that's why psychiatry is wrong. The psychiatrists want people to go to instant reinforcement. And if you break down the human behaviour, which is reinforced eventually, which you need food to sustain life, then it's humanity. And when you get folklore stories about people who plant apple trees, which are not enjoyed until their grandchildren grow up, don't benefit from the grandchildren grow up. I think it's other trees, I'm not quite sure, olive trees and things. I don't know, I'm not a farmer. And farmers, when they plant the seed, they have to wait at least 6 months before they get any harvest to eat and to sell. That takes a long time and a great deal of intelligence and holding back. And even in the modern world, you've got to invest money, so you have to borrow money or have it and get the reward 6 or 7 months later. And the same thing happens when merchants went abroad in a sailing ship. They wouldn't get the reward for perhaps 3 years. And some things in this country are built over centuries, and it isn't until the second or third generation get the reward. So, the people who are rewarded by receiving what works will not be me. We might have no children. At least I do have children, but they will. Our grandchildren will benefit. And Edith is pregnant, but lots of things. She'll survive, I hope. But people do understand that these disabled, she's disabled, really. And it could be psychiatry that's disabled, actually. They've done to her, but she seems to lack the power of abstract thought. And all the reasoning and all the understanding that she once had gone. And psychiatry does that. She may have been headed. And also the people traffickers do that to girls, because they don't need girls with brains, they just want girls with a splash between the legs. And even my father's psychiatrist did that. Whereas a friend of mine had a degree at 17, or like that, a PhD, and she was a woman, and attractive, and he said, the son of the psychiatrist, we don't want that, we want 70-year-olds with degrees, we want women for sex. That's what they do for sex, don't Well, you pay the ultimate price for killing women. But it's quite popular now. And they've given me a heart condition by putting a knife in my chest. And they want me to die. So if society wants you to die, you do die. But I don't know whether the drugs are giving me or poisoning me. But I'm getting weaker. And it could be the drugs are poisoning me, and I don't know because I don't have the training. And it's difficult so much. If you don't take them, they put you in Springfield and force you to take them. Protection 3 is forced treatment. But if the treatment makes you ill, not a good idea. I can't tell, but they seem to be putting things in there that weren't there before. And I'm worried about it. Because you trust doctors, but if a doctor wants to kill you, your trust is in vain. And of course, if doctors who kill people should hang. So you trust a doctor should hang them if they kill you. But they get away with it because they hide it in drugs. It takes a long time. Used to use arsenic quite a lot. I think it's the drugs I'm taking, red, white pill, I don't know. I think they're poisoning me. And the drugs I had in the death camp, they were poisonous. And of course, they broke my health. So I'm not happy with this. And if I try and leave the country, I'll find the psychiatrists do the same thing. And they make money, so not money. It's all driven by money. You see, there's somebody set up a system, I think it was Job, the Jew, who was the Jewish leader. He gets a job for whatever he gets a job from. But you work for money, and everything gets done. But it's not how human being normally behaves. It's not. When I'm getting old, so death is quite early, and I may die before I see death. I don't know what they're doing, but I think I've been poisoned. So it's possible I may decide to change the tablets I'm taking. You can't get, in this country, you can't get tablets privately. You can't go into a shop and buy them. You know what makes you feel good and what doesn't. If it makes you feel ill, you go to the doctor. Oh, I don't care. I don't really. They're supposed to be catered to care, but if their motive is to kill you, obviously they don't care. I get the impression the doctors are poisoning me. It's because I say there's life in space, and our system depends on being no life in space. Oh, that's not a reason for killing somebody. So if the Islamist machine gun Christians, the answer is Christian poison people. Not just Islamists, but people who don't believe in Christian religion. And they also take the blame. So it's just as bad. It's less violent, but it's just as bad. So I've got no sympathy for the Christians. They're the devil incarnate. And they'll probably kill me. But they kill what he feels and protects the general good. I mean, he's on a film. So I prefer the machine gun. And there you go. There's lots of fuss about attacking the Islamists here, but it's the Christians who are doing the killing. And they're deluded, though. They're deluded. And you can't do anything about it. And when you save money, they steal it, So I'd like to get into debt because it means you have to work to pay off a debt. Anyway, I think my death is coming. People, they've taken over my affairs so they can pretend I'm still alive when I'm dead and look as if I'm still alive. They do that when they're lobotomized people. A lot of my friends have disappeared. They're not responding anymore. And some ways, I don't think they've done anything. I don't care. The people in power are psychopaths. It's terrible. I don't understand it. And they're so self-righteous. I don't know. It's a sad world. You work all your life, people only get killed. Well, you die anyway, because they don't want you to live too long because it costs money on the pension. But I saved up for it, I paid in for it. But it does cost money. They don't want people to die, don't they? They'll go to work till they die. That's what Christendom done. I don't know if other countries don't have pensions. Anyway. If they start saying, oh, you've got to mess with all your drugs, you've got to have this, you've got to have that. But who knows what drugs do? Who feel ill? What's causing it? Is it me or is it the drugs? Basically, I'm very suspicious of Christian doctors, and I don't know about Muslim doctors, but it's possible economic constraints means we can't live too long. And the Bible says we get 3 years and 10, so 70, well, you get it. Switch them off. Well, that's the Bible. Burn the really, but burn the whole thing. It's all terrible. And because the people of my age can teach, but the young people seem to ignore us. And we don't understand. And some of the old machines are still in use. We do forget how to use them. I'm an old man. My friends are dying. An idiot will probably die too, being an idiot. So I can't do much about it. Oh, let's go on a train and not pay. Wonderful. So she ends up stranded. Silly woman. And the whole human race is like that. Do short-term gains and lose what they intended to do. And she'll probably have to spend the rest of the money on going hotels and cafes and things, which is usually what happens. Instead of concentrating on the objective, which is to get to shelter in underworld. If she doesn't make it, she doesn't make it. And I'm not going to keep on giving her money. She'll survive in another country and find other friends to support her. She speaks German and Russian and Hungarian and Swedish as well. So she'll survive. But she's an idiot. If anybody says, "Oh, I'll give you money if you do this," or "I'll magnify your income," she goes for it. Well, that's not much of it, but it's all you. If it's too good to be true, then it is. So that's it. So she's a silly girl, and well, as far as I can see, the whole human race is like that. They're silly. They appear to be clever, they are. And it's a sad world. If I die, I'll pass. Of course, to a younger person, it doesn't matter, because I'm an old man. I'm using up resources. I'm not producing anything, and young men all they seem to want sex and money, which is obvious. But you know, it's when you've seen how some people live and how other people live, you get a contrast. Yeah, that's the social reformers wants to do something about. See, most of the things for free lunch, a source of power that doesn't cost very much is a free lunch, and so you don't get production out of it. And my heart is giving out to me. It's part of the stabs I've had in the chest, which weaken me, and these tablets, which could be, they weaken me. And they protect me from angina and heart damage, but they're making me weak. And I have to look up book of words. It doesn't say what it is. It doesn't say much in the book of words. It doesn't say anything that will actually kill you. It doesn't say that. Doctors don't really care, They say, would you like this further? Sometimes I say, well, is this real killing me? We can top it. Well, I can do fine. If I stop it without doctor's permission, then they say, oh, you need compulsory treatment. That's the idea. Compulsory treatment is supposed to save your life, but if it's killing you, it's not the right thing to do. But they slow the heart down to protect the heart from oxygen starvation, which is angina. But if it doesn't beat hard enough, then you get angina because it can't feed itself. So you have a balance. And doctors are very obsessed with the normal person to get the right heart rhythm and the right blood pressure and so on. But that goes up and down all the time. And usually it takes long enough to slow down again when you've been walking. And they know about it, but when you go through a blood pressure test or whatever, they just measure it there and then. And you could have been running for the heart surgery. So they don't take it all into account, and they can't. And they should ask you what you've been doing, and and of course high blood pressure causes strokes and things. But by no means of monitoring it. They come apart when they're monitoring the surgery. Put your arm in it. You press the button, hang on. So, problem. And these, I did have a heart monitor test it up on your wrist. But this idiot sold it to make money. That's all she could do. Sell it to make money. Usually she sells a mobile phone or it gets stolen. Because he gets quick reward, they get money. They get buy some food with that. We can't talk with you for them. But if she sells a mobile phone, I can't contact her. And that's that. And I won't know when she's mum did. We're connected by one mobile phone. We get the mum, there's no response, the mobile phone, she turns it off. She's an idiot, she turns it off. So I can't talk to her. And when I do get this, I can call her, she doesn't answer. Is she deaf? See, people are silly in some ways. A short-term reward is if you save the battery, which you lose information, you can't get the calls. Like that. Oh, let's save the battery, let's save electricity. But it doesn't save much because the battery self-discharges when it's off. Best to charge up. It's the best way of using a phone is charge up, use it. But if you switch it off, savings is not very much because it self-discharges. It depends on the battery. And it also has a maintenance circuit in the phone, which is on when it's off, so it doesn't switch it off. That's the problem. And it's a sad world. I'm very happy. My chest is I'm not painful, but I'm very weak. I think I've probably had another heart attack, and I'm being stabbed in the chest does not help. I think the idea was to give me a heart attack. That's what malignant psychopaths Christians are. Just going to disapprove of this religion. I know it's his delusion to think he's wrong, to think he's special in some way. But he's only a bloke. He was a librarian most of his life, librarian. But well, these people deluded, they're nasty dog. Nasty they are. Vicious. And you can't kill them because that's against the law, but they can kill you. No, Britain's not a nice society, but it's a so nice place. They say a respectable person, a good business, is always honest. Not true. Successful businesses are often run by dishonest people. And churches are taken over by criminals. I know the business may be superficially honest. It hides the real reason. Cafes, for example, are used to recruit sex slaves. That's what's from cafes. Anyway, so I was. I think I'll die soon. I will lie down. I'll be down.